Okay, this is the first video on EVM, okay? EVM stands for Earned Value Management, and it is a tool and technique used to monitor and control your costs. Why it is so cool is because it brings into the picture your schedule and how much work has been completed. If you were to just have a regular budget variance report, so a regular budget variance report, pretty common. You probably have the monthly on your project. It would have your costs, so labor, materials, could be rent, could be admin, and then there would be a total, okay? And then you'd have your actual costs here, you know. And then here, you might have your planned or your budgeted costs. Okay, this is how much you thought you would be spending to date, or how much you would spend in March. So this would tell you how much you spent in March. Then you would have a variance of the two. This is what you planned to spend in March. This is what you actually spent in March, and you might have a positive number here and a negative number here and a positive here and a negative, and then you'd have a total, which might be negative or not, you know, positive minus, okay? Then you would have probably your year-to-date spend or project-to-date spend, and your project-to-date plan, and then you'd have your total, okay? And so you'd have an idea of how much you were spending versus how much you plan to spend. The problem is it doesn't give you any information about what work has been completed, okay? So that's where earned value management comes in and becomes very, very helpful, okay? So your variance reports on budget are still helpful, probably to give you some detail of where your spend is, but they don't give you a complete picture of the project, okay? So EVM is really helpful for that. So as we know, projects have a distinct end and a distinct start, okay? This is time down here. And then these are your costs, okay, in real. We'll do real here, okay? And your plan, based on your budget that you've created, is that your spend will be something like this, okay? And if we went over to the side here at the end, here, we see this is 100 real, okay? So this here is what we planned our total spend for the project. That's what our plan is, okay? Planned. Oops. Plan spend, okay? 100. Now, in EVM terms, this is called budget at completion, okay? Basically, it's your total budget number, okay? So that's the plan. Well, you're doing your project, and you're 60% of the way through, okay? This is 60%. And you started off under budget, but now you're here, okay? And if we go here, there's 60% of the way through, and actually you've spent 60,000 real. Okay? That's your actual spend. So, in EVM terms, this is your actual cost. Okay? That's actually what you've spent. But you're talking to your project team, and your project team says, actually, we've done 75% of the work in the whole project. We've actually completed, finished it. So, if they've done 75% of the work, to determine the earned value, because the work has been completed, to determine the earned value, they say it's 75%, so it's up here. It's going to be 75 to determine your earned value, okay? It's going to be your BAC, your budget at completion, times the percentage of work completed. So they said 75, so that's going to equal 75,000 real, okay? That's how much earned value, how much work's been done. 75,000 real, okay? You're 60% of the way through, okay? And what does your budget say when you're 60% of the way through? Well, your budget says, if you're 60% of the way through, this was your plan. Your plan was to have spent 50,000. Okay? So your planned value was 50,000. Now, that's if the budget is not a straight line. Okay? So 50,000 real, sorry. Okay. So here we've got our earned value up here. We've got our actual costs, and we've got our planned value. So our actual costs are much higher than our planned value. So it looks like we're down 10,000 real. Except that our earned value is above our actual cost, so it looks like we're ahead 15,000 real. So really, what's the right answer? So the right answer is, we'll find out in the next video, okay?